Hi there, and welcome to your reading for today. This reading is to be taken as you find it. This energy will reach you when it is the right time. And today we're just going to do a quick little pull. I'm going to pull 3 cards, and then I'm going to clarify those cards with whatever intuition I have, whatever the cards tell me, however they come through. And this is for all signs, for anybody who finds it. Hope you're all doing well today. So the first card we have here is the Six of Pentacles. The second one is the Knight of Swords. And the third one is the Ten of Swords. So this is some powerful imagery that comes through. The Six of Pentacles. This is a card of generosity, of sharing, of being the one that bounty flows through, the one who has the abundance to share. This can also be an energy of distributing what you have, as in maybe energetically, to those who need it, to those who need it most, and maybe being able to recognize, who's most in need and who's not. But it's definitely something of some form of giving. So whether it's material item, maybe it's a charitable donation, or maybe it's a charitable nature. This is possibly energetic as well. The Knight of Swords is very fast moving energy. This is a quick action, a quick thought, reacting quickly to an idea that you have or thoughts that come into your head. Rushing forward, and maybe even against your better judgment. So it can be acting a little bit recklessly, but it could also just be like a quick reaction to something as it first occurs to you. And then the Ten of Swords is, a very tragic card. Definitely, it's not imagery that's very happy, but this could be something. Maybe something's really done for you. Maybe it is, something maybe painful, but maybe it's getting rid of an old mindset, an old way of your being, and looking on to something new. So it can be taken a few different ways, but let me pull a few more cards and we'll see to clarify that. So next is the Nine of Swords. Also a pretty sad image. This can be a bit of a downer. The Three of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. So there's a big pentacle energy, which makes me, think that this is very a real focus on what's happening, with maybe your finance or your material wealth, material matters. The swords, the Nine of Swords is, it's the stresses that keep us up at nights, anxiety, and definitely with a lot of financial matters, there can be stresses surrounding that easily enough. There almost always is. A feeling of, maybe you're not making the right choices. But then the Three of Cups is such a happy, energetic, joyful card. It's celebrating with others around you, celebrating with friends, celebrating with, the people close to you, or community. So some sense of finding other people who are in the same mindset, of the same thought, of the same energy. So it's very celebratory, very connected. And then the Seven of Pentacles is really assessing, the seeds that you've planted for yourself. So what have you put in place to harvest later? And this could be like, what steps did you take to plan for a future, whether it be a personal future or the future of something, like of something that you're working on, or for something to happen down the road. And this is looking at it, and you can see it's really being pretty abundant. The seeds that were planted have sprouted. They've come forth very nicely. And just looking at all that you've accomplished and all that you've prepared for yourself. So even though there's some pretty, stressful energy coming through, there's some real positives in here as well. Now, if we look at all of these together, I'm seeing the Six of Pentacles is having gotten yourself to be in a position where you have something to pass on to others. So you've laid some good groundwork, whatever that may be. And it could be financial, but it also could be, something that you just want to share with others. Maybe it's information. Maybe it is an ability to do something. So maybe it is something charitable. Maybe it's putting your energy into something that will really benefit others around you, your community, or a cause, something like that. It isn't necessarily money in itself, but it can be you as well. And it can also just be, wanting to make something better, work as being part of the improvement of somebody else's well-being. And the Nine of Swords, I think that this is kind of like, the rushing forward. So maybe you have felt a need to act on something, or maybe there's something that urgently needs your attention. And, now you're going to seize that idea and you're going into it. You're going to get a job done. And while the Ten of Swords can be, a really sad image, I think of this as it can really be that a full change of mind, a full change of perspective in something. Like maybe you had thoughts that were kind of holding you back. Maybe your frame of mind wasn't the best one for you to really move forward to accomplish things you want to accomplish, or maybe you're just seeing things in a different point of view now. This is the old way being done. This is a mindset that no longer suits your current energy and moving on. With that, the Nine of Swords, can accompany it. I mean, there could have been a lot of stress leading up to this realization that things have got to change. So this is sort of like a breaking point. I mean, sort of the Knight of Swords is as well. It's definitely like, okay, this old way is done. It's the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. And now the time is to shift. The time is now. And new ideas are moving on. There's a new way of being. Maybe you felt in the past that you were lacking too much, or maybe you didn't feel such a call to have that generous nature, or to share what you have with others. I mean, this could be, not necessarily a material item, although it often could be, but it could also be, just sharing who you are. So yeah, I think that's how these are really coming through to me. That there was a breaking point where you've changed your mind. You've eliminated an old way of thinking. Old ideas are no longer helpful here, and you're moving on. And that's where the celebratory spirit comes in. I mean, this could be changing a frame of mind and meeting with other people who are like-minded. Or just feeling overall better about yourself. This is, community coming together. This is your friends coming together, sharing what you have with others, being a part of that, passing what you have along, and benefiting those around you. And the Seven of Pentacles, you're seeing it. You're seeing it all come into action. All is there. All is obvious, or it will be obvious soon. You've been working to make improvements for yourself, for others, for your mental health, your spiritual health, and financial. It's a big shift in energy. Things have changed. Things are not what they once were. Let's pull a couple more. Strength, like seeing that. And the Nine of Pentacles. And the Two of Swords. So yeah, this is the same, the strength to change your outlook on things, or your frame of mind. That's huge. It's not easy to do that. Let me move these up a little bit. That strength card, is really digging deep and finding what needs to be tamed around you and taking the initiative to do that. I mean, it could be that there was a lot of energy around you that, felt like it was kind of out of control. Maybe it wasn't healthy. It wasn't good for you. But you've done that. You've changed. You have the ability to change these things. If you haven't already done something like that, it's coming. This is quieting the wild noise around you. And then the Nine of Pentacles is, definite. It's luxury, and that luxury doesn't have to be material. That can be the luxury of having quieted the noise and shifting where you want to be spending your energy, putting your efforts into things that bring you a greater reward, spending your energy, your valuable energy, and your valuable time, spending that doing things that are right for you, that speak to you, that call to you, and that benefit other people's welfare, your own welfare, something like that. This is a big change. Big change has happened. And the Two of Swords can be so much sword energy. This is, when there is noise, when there is a lot of outside influences clouding our thoughts and making it hard to judge and make the right call on what you need to do, what you want to do, where your thoughts are, how you feel about something. Sometimes the best thing to do is just quiet down, quiet your mind, quiet yourself, shut that out, focus, and move ahead to the choices that are right for you. And it may not be one singular path. There can be more than one. There can be the multiple choices that are in your favor that you need to do for your life, for yourself. And that's eliminating these overwhelming feelings of the Ten of Swords and the Nine. This is just focusing on yourself, focusing on what you need to do and what your next move is going to be. Let's pull one more card. One last note on what we need to look out for. The Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is a great card of starting a new beginning. This is taking a new energy, starting on something new, and really focusing on it. And planning your next moves. Again, with the Two of Swords. How does this new future look? Now that you've changed your mind, you've shifted your mind, and you're seeing your abundance and your strength, what's the next step? Where does your path lead from here? And what do you need when you're on that path? This is great. This is a super positive reading, I think. I mean, it can definitely be a lot of hurdles to get over, getting over the stresses, getting over a mindset that can be negative or, just taking on a lot. But you have the strength to do it. And a community around you. Or finding your community, finding the people that need to be on this journey with you. There's a rich and wealthy abundance out there. Here. It's all over. New and exciting things are coming through. Start that new journey, start that new idea, and go forward and share it with everybody else. I love this. I hope you did too. I hope this resonated. Let me know if it did. I would love to hear what you've got going on, and I will see you on the next reading. Bye.